just over 13,000 pounds, the 372-373 Montana High Country here at Untitled RV dares ask a bold question. Why go to the storage when the storage can come to you? And that is just a taste of the cool things that you can come to expect from this one right here. It is like they took everything in the High Country series and cranked it up to 11. It has awesome big definition of living space, a clearly defined elevated rear living, a clearly defined fantastic middle kitchen with amazing storage. Then you have a huge, like 43% larger than average bathroom in the middle here. Plus, of course, a king bedroom, dual airs, 6-point auto leveling, a warranty for full-time RVing, and then we come outside where it has that a normal giant drop frame storage in the front end, plus that epic sliding rear tray with just all kinds of random extra cargo space around the side. This is cool. Whether you plan to go full-time traveling and you just like to pack real heavy, or frankly where this one's really neat is it's an awesome alternative to like a park or destination trailer because it actually gives us big-time destination storage that maybe you don't feel like towing around. Either way, you did good. You did real good. And these things, they are always just a sight to behold. I've never walked out of a Montana unimpressed. Not once. And that even includes before we carried them. I hated selling against a Montana dealership before we carried Montanas because I knew they were so good. I'm like, this is going to be a hard day at the office. Quick note. There are always like one light and one slightly darker like sofa fabric decor choice option available on these. We're looking at the little bit lighter one today. It may change slightly through the year, but we actually do tend to keep one of each in stock at Untitled RV. Well, given the popularity of a Montana, we try. We just aren't always able to do that. And I got a lot to cover. I'm not even sure where to begin, so I'm going to start from the top where we have ourselves two 15,000 BTU Coleman quiet air conditioners. It is whisper ducted here in the living room, but remember, it is a quieter unit up even in the bedroom, so a 30,000 BTU air system. All of the windows around the entertainment center open for airflow, and you can see how that TV can pivot. If you want to sit right at the theater seat, this is what it's going to look like when you're sitting at the theater seat. It's awesome sauce, okay? That's the science term, all right? But if you want to have a little bit of a conversation corner, you have these dual sofas here. But if you take note, it's a great couples rig, but we also have fantastic guest sleeping capacity since those dual hide-a-beds open up, and you can still walk through them. So I'm just going to, the stereotypical answer is grandkids. If you need to get up there and check on the one grandkid and the rest of them are fine, this is going to do you for that. Now, the Montanas are neat in that they basically have like two heating systems. You have the normal propane furnace system, but then you have a 5100 BTU fireplace and a 16,500 BTU electric space heater built into the central air unit. And they have 12-volt tank heaters. And all of that can work together at the same time. That's pretty awesome. That is really, really awesome. Now, there's also a couple other things. These are inverter ready. Keep an eye out for these yellow stickers as we go through the RV. Every Montana has at least 4 outlets pre-wired to inverter prep, so that if you want to add an inverter or a solar package or both or whatever, you need the inverter obviously to run those, but you could run, like there's an outlet in the kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, living room, always. And door side viewing on this one, I am always a fan. Anytime I can get windows over here on the door side, man, please and thank you. And for privacy, we can straight blot out the sun. Now, interesting little note. Take a look at that little USB plug there in that slide out. If you really notice, there's a cool thing Montana does, and it's easy to miss. As I spin you around here, pardon me, try not to make you motion sick. But you notice how that USB outlet appears on this slide as well, also on the left-hand side. What they're actually doing is building the exact same slide 2 times and then just rotating it to slide into the other side of the RV. Now that seems like a big deal, dude. Why are you even wasting my time telling me about this kind of thing? The thing is, you get quality through repetition, and repeating yourself. And when you build it the same way every time, you build it faster, you build it better, and that is what Montana do. Now over here, we have a power theater recliner. Now, I know that there are a couple, how shall I say, American-sized folks who go, yeah, I'm a little too thick in the hips for that thing. Don't worry, Montana's got you covered. That center console, it's removable, kind of like a pontoon. And in case you're curious, the upper deck up here is 6.5 foot tall, so even a nerd like me can fit without bumping his noggin. Yeah, I apologize. Now, you may have noticed totally carpetless upstairs, but when we get downstairs, still totally carpetless. I threw you for a loop there, didn't I? I did you a little tricksy. That is a woven flooring material. So if you do happen to spill something on it, you got to scrub the life out of it. You can. And again, all these windows have those blackout shades. These slides also, well, this slide, as it were, 6.5 foot tall. So you can also stand up if you happen to still be in the dining area and not clock your head. There is an extension leaf on that. And I want to make a quick note here. We are looking at a 372 Montana High Country today. Someone will inevitably go, okay, so what's the difference between the 372 and the 373? The only difference is the refrigerator. Montana just gives a different model number depending on which fridge you choose. 372, even number, is a 2-way. 373, odd number, is the 1-way residential electric only. And I want to get you a good look at all the storage here. Serious pantry space going on. And that's what's great. With this one having a very clean, clear, dedicated kitchen versus living room, they just have more room to be able to do things like just walk dead up to a pantry like that, you know. That outlet there in that little hutch, that is one of your inverter outlets, and a handy little coffee bar or like entry bureau. I love the dual little drawers right there. Central vacuum hidden away in those steps over there, by the way. Now up top, a couple big hitter features. First of all, not just a ceiling fan, which is fantastic, but 12 volt. So if you are in a parking lot or off-grid, you can keep the air moving. Similarly, a big rain censoring Maxxair like XL vent fan here. And you'll see that we like to option a second one of those in a Montana High Country into the bathroom area. Now, there's a funny thing that happens over here. This RV does not have a kitchen slide. Well, not in the kitchen itself. It has a dining slide, I guess you could say. And a lot of people go, oh, I wish it had one more slide. Funny thing, if you try to shove a slide over here, you lose about a foot of potential countertop and storage space because you have to account for slide fascia on both sides. So this design actually has more cabinet storage space than a opposing slide middle kitchen design ever could hope to have. It is why I am a huge fan of the way they've laid this out. Plus, there's patio benefits we'll get to in a minute. Wanted to flip that shut real quick. So next to that massive under the sink space, you can see there's even more storage over there. Outlets on the side. Outlets down here where they're super easy to reach. Epic prep space. The cabinetry is all hidden hinge. This is a full lumber core. This is what I call better still cabinetry. There's absolutely no MDF in the cabinet styles or rails whatsoever. And if this bathroom looks familiar, it's probably because you have really good taste in RVs, because this is something Montana's been doing with great success in their 330RL. And really, that's what this one is. If you take the 330RL and you stretch it a little bit, that'll give you a separate kitchen and living space as opposed to a combo kitchen and living space. And then they kicked it up yet another notch with that cool sliding rear tray out the back, you know? Over here we have ourselves a one-piece solid fiberglass enclosure with that handy little corner seat over there, so if you need to sit to bathe or shave your legs or whatever you can. But the leg room in front of this toilet? Oh my gosh. I'm 6'3". I got long, lanky legs, and I could stretch my legs all of the way out in this thing. It's fantastic. And you see there's 2 sinks. If 2 people got to stand next to each other to get ready in the morning, if you're going to be full-time, in a Montana work camping, you're going to like this. That is what I call Montana doing Montana things. It's a magnet holdback. It's a simple thing, but it's those kind of attention to detail things that will make you enjoy the experience of owning and using a Montana. It's those little annoyances from other RVs that you just won't experience here. And finally, our very nicely appointed master bedroom. If you wake up in the morning and stretch your arms, this is potentially roughly what you're looking at right here. You may choose to throw a TV straight across from the bed, but what's nice is just like the theater seat. It ain't gonna crank your neck all around, which is nice for my wife and I. We always like to just kind of unwind at the end of the day watching some Netflix or something. Little things like that, they're handy. And this dresser over here, it's those little things, like 2 big dresser drawers. A lot of companies do that. It's great. But adding the 2 extra little, socks and underwear drawers, those 2 drawers at the top, those are the extra things you're looking at here. By the way, this is the same 6.5 foot tall height here that we saw in the living room. High country Montanas, one of the main differences between a high country and a Cougar, by the way, because Cougar has a quite similar layout to this, is that most high countries are going to be stackable washer dryer ready like we're seeing here. And here's kind of the view from the entry door as you're walking in. Again, using that washer dryer prep closet as a reference point, or it's just a huge amount of storage space. You've got the big closet next to it. And remember, dual 15,000 BTU quiet Coleman air conditioners in these. You've got yourself those awesome cross the bed breeze windows right there. Love that shit. Is that shiplap? Is it? I almost stopped saying the word shiplap, and it sounded like I was going to say something else that was about to cost me my job. Now, this is the 70 by 80 king bed upgrade. That being said, you're going to be really hard-pressed to find one of these anywhere short of a custom order, which we can do, by the way, with a queen bed. And once again, the details. Full easy lift storage below the bed. Those are the kind of things that not every big fifth wheel gives you. You may not always realize it, but once again, what they don't, Montana does. And a look at her here with the slide closed in travel mode. Even with the king bed, you can still open and close that door normally. And things like bathroom access, bedroom access in a big fifth wheel like this for travel, that's not uncommon. The real question becomes what happens down here. But that's the best part of this design. You maintain basically full access to most of the kitchen here. The big pantry to our right currently, you will lose out on that, but you walk in and the fridge is just staring you flat in the face. We can get to all of this cabinetry up here. You can stop and prepare a meal if need be. You maintain access to all of the countertop space and very comfortably. And by the way, when you close the slide, the flooring, that carpetless flooring in the slide out, it's going to, get squished a little bit. The stuff is made for that. That's one of the benefits of using this kind of material, because even when it's cold, it will very quickly relax and lay right back down flat, and it's not going to look all wrinkly like, half of my clothes do, because I'm not exactly one for ironing very much. And there are so many good things to cover here. It's tricky for me sometimes to know where to start. So I think I'm going to begin just like you see those cars passing by. You can see it in the reflection of the Montana skin before they're even within the view of the camera frame, because it has that gorgeous high gloss fiberglass. Additionally, all Montanas they're one of only 2 Keystone brands that enjoys a very uncommon construction process. And that is that all of their sidewall routes, where like the windows, the doors, the baggage doors, all that stuff they are computer programmed and machine CNC routed. So they are precise within 1/1000th of an inch. That is not a normal construction process that even most other Keystones enjoy. It's exceptional. What is also exceptional is the redonkulous amount of outside storage on this thing. I Googled it. It said redonkulous. I'm not going to argue with Siri Cortana Google face. They know all the answers, okay, guys? So not only is this a full size, actually, what's funny is this is an extra large front cargo capacity, because this has that extra large bathroom, so they were able to extend this. glass. Now over here you can see motion lighting, you can see TV hookups, you see the aluminum structure going on underneath, and they have double magnet holdbacks, but you might notice those silver cleats too. If you live in wind country, you may still want to put some gas struts on there. It is freaking windy today, buddy. Those struts wouldn't hurt here, but you can put gas struts on there so the wind doesn't flip it up and down. And remember how we talked about no kitchen slide? I feel like Mommy Dearest, no wire hangers! All right, never mind that. Anyway, no kitchen slide means no slide on the door side, eating up my patio awning space. Instead, I just get to enjoy every bit of it. That is a 30-inch wide, 6.5 foot tall entry door, by the way. And those are the, what I call 0G stable steps. They're the gravity-assisted stable steps. So, you don't got to throw out your rotator cuff flipping them up and down. By the way, under that baggage compartment, see that little kind of flag sticking down, that little white yellow thing? That's a gas grill cooker hooker right there, in case you feel like adding yourself a Blackstone or propane grill or whatever. Now, Mr. Haylett has become a serious Montana towing enthusiast. He tows a 3120 Montana, and he constantly talks about how nicely it handles. I believe wholeheartedly the engineering Montana has done here on not just the Road Armor suspension system, but also you see those wet bolt fasteners, just all the good things they have going on there. The Road Armor pin box, those Saloon tires, those are all factoring in. Now, if you're not familiar with Saloon tires, they are, I do believe, in terms of, like, especially up in the luxury fifth wheel market, the only thing that truly rivals a Goodyear radial. And I say that because they have the same load rating, they have 2 more years of warranty, they're rated for 5 miles per hour more than the maximum speed limit already at 75 miles an hour, so their speed limit is already, redonkulous. We already Googled Siri Cortana that, you get the idea. They're fantastic. You don't have to go spending hundreds of dollars on new tires on a brand new fifth wheel here from Haylett RV. And this back here, this is a very special thing. And that's what's kind of cool. This is very similar in a lot of ways. This is just the high country counterpart, I think I mentioned inside, to like the 3790 Big Boy Montana I call Full Monty. And we often like to keep those here at Haylett RV as well, so we got you covered either way. This one's a little lighter, a little less expensive, but it's a little more kind of tuned for towing versus parking, but you could go either way with either one. This back here, this is just awesome. All the cool things this does. The 800-pound capacity on this, by the way. I know someone's going to ask, hey, how heavy can I load this up? You can load it up with 800 pounds of stuff. And I mean, we are just talking aluminum guts everywhere you look here, brother. Also, I don't want to forget, you've got that extra pocket up front there. Let me actually swing around the corner. And the reason I think this is so important, this actually goes under the steps, under the theater seating rather, is if you've got something like a longer kayak, you can put the tip of the kayak up there, and then as you pull the tray out, kind of like the just sliding a drawer open. The kayak's it's a kayak drawer. I don't know how else to say it there, but just what an amazing set of features going on here. But wait, there's more! Because it's easy to miss when that big attention-grabbing sliding tray is out there. But when you're traveling, this does still have a 2-inch receiver hitch on the back. So if you want to add like an extra bike rack, like if you go packing this full of your house and home or something like that, you still can bring along the bicycles. And is better than or, I guess. You get to bring one and the other instead of one or the other. And by the way, as long as I'm sitting down here staring at it, you also have reverse lighting built into those taillights. Little extra kick of safety there. But we're not done yet. It's like the infomercial stuff just keeps on coming. So as we come over here to the already extra large front pass-through compartment, you've also got a little sewer hose caddy tube down below. All Montanas, High Country and Full Monty are and have been hot cold camp proven since 2005 and counting. That enclosed heated protected docking center is a nice part of that. There is a simple side mount solar prep plug there, but this RV does have standard roof solar prep as well. There's just not much that this is going to leave you wanting for, you know? So if returning your tray tables and seat backs to their upright position just isn't quite for you, then leave them however you please. With this Montana here at Haylet RV. That came out way cheesier than I meant. Sometimes I don't mind being a ham, I try not to be a cheese. Sometimes a ham and a cheese goes together though. Regardless, if you appreciate the information we're giving you here at Haylet's and a little fun along the way, remember we don't do hidden dealer fees, but we do everything else. So click that subscribe button and follow along. We'll always give you the best information on the newest models possible. And as always, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylet camping, everyone.